What's up, YouTube? It's Joel with your stimulus check and news update as of October 25th. We have a new bill that would overhaul Social Security and how much people get paid out each and every single month, as well as additional benefits. We're talking more money, more benefits each year moving forward. That bill is called the Social Security 2100, a sacred trust. We will go over every detail in that bill, but we're talking $1,472 for those on Social Security. We've got President Biden, who is meeting with Senator Joe Manchin to finalize the total amount of how much they will be spending on this huge $1 trillion bill. We have Nancy Pelosi, who says that Congress is close to a deal on Biden's big social spending plan. We also have Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who is talking about inflation because it's here and people are feeling it big time. And then we are also going to go over President Biden's approval ratings, which are at the lowest point of his administration because he needs to get some wins on his side because things aren't looking too good for him. And if you could do me the absolute best favor ever and smash that like button for me and the YouTube algorithm, it helps out a ton and it's what makes this channel that much better. And please, if anyone asks you for personal info or to contact them on WhatsApp or by text, it's not me, it's fake, so please don't do it. So we have a new bill called the Social Security 2100, a sacred trust. Now there is a lot to this bill, but more importantly, it does a lot more for those on Social Security with an increase to their monthly checks as well as increased benefits. One of the most important aspects of this bill is the increased protection against inflation, because when you're living on a fixed income and inflation hits, it doesn't feel too good. But Representative John B. Larson is the representative who's brought this bill to the floor. He said improved inflation protection will especially help older retirees and widows who are more likely to rely on Social Security benefits as they age. So one of the benefits of this bill would be a higher cost of living increase each year. That would be around an additional 2%. So for example, next year, on average, Social Security recipients are going to be receiving a $1,104 increase for the entire year. With this new bill, this would put an extra $368 into our friends on Social Security's pockets, giving them a total of $1,472. This would bring the overall cost of living adjustment increase to over 8% in 2022. Now, the new method they would be using going forward to determine how much the cost of living adjustment would be each year is the Consumer Price Index Elderly, which is designed to take into account healthcare expenses, which for seniors, they spend a greater portion of their income on each year as they age. But here are the top line highlights of this bill. It would protect low-income workers by setting a new minimum benefit of 25% above the poverty line, which would be tied to wage levels to ensure that the minimum benefit does not fall behind. Because right now, there's some people that essentially receive around $700 to $800 per month. This would literally take them up to around $1,500 to $1,600 per month with this new bill. It would also provide higher benefits for widows and widowers in two-income households. It would repeal the windfall elimination provision and government pension offset that currently penalizes many public servants. It would end the 5-month waiting period to receive disability benefits. Next, it would provide caregiver credits to ensure that caregivers aren't penalized in retirement for taking time out of the workforce to care for children or other dependents. Next, it would extend benefits for students through age 22. Another thing would be it would increase access to benefits for children who live with their grandparents or other relatives. So as you can see here, there are so many good things that would come to the Social Security program from this bill that would change the lives of millions of Americans. It's so good that you should take another opportunity to add on top of that, and that's getting you 2 free stocks with Webull worth up to $1,850 or Robinhood. And you can use my links down in the description of this video. Get those free stocks, start growing your money and making it better. But when you start investing, you start to see that there's things that can grow your money instead of it just sitting in an account. and essentially it's free money. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them and let me know which free stocks you get. But really good news for those on the Social Security program. So let me know your thoughts on this bill down in the comment section and we can talk about it from there. So concerning the $1 trillion mega bills that Democrats have been negotiating on, President Biden actually met with Joe Manchin, the moderate Democrat, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer at his home in Delaware this past weekend to discuss the top line dollar amount of this bill, because there were so many that wanted it to be at $3.5 trillion, but it has come down substantially because of the moderate Democrats. They're looking to pass this huge $1 trillion bill this week. Chuck Schumer, who's the leader of the Senate, set a deadline for October 31st. Now, a source said that Manchin informed Democratic leaders that he's open to a $1.75 trillion bill. Now, the goal among Democratic leaders is to have a vote Wednesday or Thursday on the infrastructure package and then send it to Biden's desk. Then the hope is to have a detailed agreement on the larger package agreed to before then to help convince progressives to vote for the bipartisan bill. Now, Nancy Pelosi, who is the Speaker of the House, said, "I think we're pretty much there now. We're almost there. It's just the language of it. But it will not offend, shall we say, the concern that Senator Joe Manchin had about the Clean Electricity Performance Program, but nonetheless, the point is to reach a goal." A lot of people are ready to see something pass because they want some more help because inflation is really hitting them hard at this point. So Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said, "The COVID shock to the economy has caused disruptions that we'll be working through over the next year. And of course, Americans haven't seen inflation like we've been experiencing in a long time. A lot of Americans are feeling this and expressing their opinions on the concerns of the economy and what the administration is doing through polls. But this is where Biden needs to pull clutch and get some wins on his side when it comes to some of his policies. Because right now he's averaging about a 43% approval rating, with recently released polls from Gallup at 42% and Grinnell College at 37%. So a lot of people are feeling that Biden's recent actions or non-actions concerning Afghanistan and the southern border have not been handled properly, as well as the economy. They feel that Biden isn't focusing nearly enough of his time on getting the economy back to pre-pandemic levels. You can see in this chart from Gallup poll on the President Biden's approval ratings since he took office, as you can see, there start to be a huge decline. One of the largest concerns of Americans is inflation and getting things under control when it comes to the pricing of everyday items such as gas and milk. I mean, where do you stand? Do you think things could be better? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section, but this is real stuff that real people are facing every single day that need to be addressed. I mean, we're living right now where we're trying to get over the pandemic, people are trying to get back to work, and we're trying to make sure that people are taken care of, but it doesn't help when things that you normally pay for every single day start to increase in price. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments section, but please, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus and economic news that affects you and learn how to build some wealth and hear the real news. This is Joel with True Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.